Hello students, welcome to AIMS India's online classes. Today from mathematics subject, linear equations topic we are going to continue. So our today's concept is applications of linear equations to practical problems. So in our daily life, we will come across so many situations, or in some real life problems, we are going to learn how to apply the concept of linear equations to practical problems. Okay, or word problems. So the following steps should be followed to solve a word problem. So step 1, read the problem carefully and note what is given, what is required. So what is given value in the data? So problem is, we can also call it as data. We have to read the data carefully and we have to note down given values and required values. Given values and required values, both we have to note down. Next, step 2, denote the unknown quantity by some letters, say XYZ. So unknown quantity, if any unknown quantity is there, it should be denoted by XYZ. Step 3, translate the statements of the problem into mathematical statements. Because the question is a word problem, you will have normal statements. You will be having normal statements there, normal statements. That normal statements to be changed into mathematical statements. So step 4, using the conditions given in the problem, we have to form the equation. So whatever normal statements are there, that to be written in the form of a equation with the help of given data and with the help of variables we have taken. We have to form one equation. Now equation means, now we have to solve the equation for finding the unknown value of the variables. So once, if we frame an equation consisting of given data and unknown variables, if we solve the equation, we will get the values of unknown variables. So we will get the solution here. After getting the solution, we have to check whether the solutions satisfy the equation or not. If it satisfies the equation, then our solution is correct. If it satisfies, then we can tell that our solution is correct. So like this. So for applying linear equations into practical problems, we have to follow all these steps. First, we have to read the problem carefully and we have to note down what is given, what is required. Next, so what is required means it is unknown quantity. We have to find that unknown quantity. We have to take it as XYZ. Next, we have to translate the given normal statement into mathematical statement. So next, using the conditions given, we have to form one equation. Next, we have to solve the equation for the unknown value. We will get the answer or solution, and we have to check the solution whether it satisfies the equation or not. If it satisfies, then our solution is correct. So by this, we can apply linear equations to practical problems. Let's try to solve some example questions so that you can understand the concept better. So example problem here. A number is such that it is as much greater than 84 as it is less than 108. Find it. We have to find the number. A number So a number description they have given here. A number is such that it is as much greater than 84 as it is less than 108. Find it. So this here unknown quantity is this number. So we have to find that. So let the number be x. That unknown quantity we can assume it as a x. Okay. Then the number is greater than 84. Number is greater than 84. Means it is much greater than 84 and it is less than 108. Less than 108. Means how many times it is greater than 84? That many times less than 108. Means here we have x which is greater than 84 and we have same x which is less than 108, but the condition how many times greater? X is how many times greater than 84 means we have to do the subtraction. Then we will get the answer. It will tell how many times greater. How many times greater it will tell. Suppose now x is less than 108, but how many times less than 108? If you want to tell means as 108 is bigger, from 108 we have to minus x, then we will get less. How many times less? But what is the relation here? As much greater as it is less. Means how many times greater equal to how many times less. Means x minus 84 equals to 108 minus x. So this equation we can frame with the help of given data. So from where we have taken this equation? From the given data only. Unknown quantity we have taken it as x. Mathematical statements. Two mathematical statements written as, two normal statements written as mathematical statements, and in the form of equation we have written. Now all variables to be taken on left hand side. This minus x will go towards left hand side. It will become plus x. Minus 84 towards right hand side. It will become plus 84. So x plus x means 2x. 108 plus 84, 192. So this 2 will come down, or 2 both sides with 2 we can divide. 2 to cancel. X equal to 2 9 times 18, 2 6 times 12. So here 96 is the answer. X equal to 96. X equal to 96 is the answer. So the required number is 96. Required number is 96. Means 96 is much greater than 84. 96 is less than 108. What is the difference between 96 and 84? 12. Means 12 times greater than 84. Here how many times less than? 12 times less than 108. So 12 times greater, 12 times less. So condition satisfied. So 96 is the correct answer. 96 is the correct answer. So next. So a number is 56. Here the given value is 56 children. A number is 56 greater than the average of its third. 56 greater than the average of its third, quarter, and 1/12. Means average of its third, quarter, 1/12. Means suppose if a number x is there, it is 56 times greater than average of what we have to take? 1/3, quarter, 1/12 of the same number. Then we have to find the number. So let the number be x. So here third, quarter, 1/12 of its third means 1/3. So 1/3 of x, 1/3x, quarter of x, x by 4, 1/12 of x, x by 12. Here quarter means 1/4. Quarter means indirectly what does it mean? 1/4. 1/4 means 1 by 4x. 1 by 4 into x. Directly we can write x by 4. Here also 1/12 means 1 by 12 into x. But directly we can write x by 12. So it is x by 3, x by 4, x by 12. So here 56 greater than the average. So we have to take average of these three values. We have to take average of these three values. Means x plus 4, x by 3 plus x by 4 plus x by 12. Average means sum of the terms by number of the terms. 1, 2, 3 terms we have. 3 terms by 3. 3 terms values we have to write by number of terms 3. So okay. So here by 3 is there. What we can do? We can write like this. Because here nothing is there means 1 by 1 is there. We can write 1 by 3 as separate. 1 by 3 as separate. Remaining value separate in the brackets. In the brackets. But what they have given means this is the average. This is the average of 1/3, quarter, 1/12. But what they have given, number is 56 greater than average. 56 greater than average. Means number x is 56 greater than average. Average of these three. So what we can write? Number is 56 greater than means plus 56. 56 greater than means we can add plus 56 to the average. So x value is plus 56 means 56 greater than average. We can write like this. Or with 1 by 3 we have to multiply all three elements. 1 by 3 into x by 3, x by 9. 1 by 3 into x by 4, 3 4 times 12, x by 12, 3 12 times 36, x by 36 plus 56 common. So sorry, same as it is we will take. As it is we will take. Okay. Next. So this is equal to children. So next we have to take all the x terms on one side. Here we have x. This x term will go this side. Minus x by 9. This will go this side. Minus x by 12. This will go that side. Minus x by 36. Equal to right hand side we have only 56. Right hand side we have only 56. So here what? 9. Here we have x minus x by 9 minus x by 12 minus x by 36. Here LCM of 9, 12 and 36 is, LCM is 36. So we can multiply on both sides. We can multiply all the terms of equation with the common LCM. So 36 into x, 36x. 36 into x by 9. 9 4 times 36, 4x. 36 into x by 12 means 12 3 times 36, 3x. 36 into x by 36, cancel, x equal to 36 into 56. Like this, all the terms we can multiply with 36. 36. Next, after simplification, minus 4x minus 3x minus x equals to minus 8x. So 36x minus 8x equal to 36 into 56. So 28x equal to 36 into 56. But we need x, 28, to be cancelled. We can divide on both sides by 28. 28, 28 cancel. X is remaining. 28 2 times 56. Means 36 into 2. X equal to 72. Our required number is 72. Like that we have got the answer. Like that we have got the answer. Okay, children. Next. Next. A number consists of 2 digits whose sum is 8. A number consists of 2 digits whose sum is 8. If 18 is added to the number, the digits are interchanged. Find the number. Find the number. Find the number. So first we have a number. It is a 2-digit number. The sum of 2 digits is 8. If 18 is added to the same number, the number will change. Now, for the change in number, digits will be interchanged to the previous number. Then we have to find the whole number. We have to find the whole number. So 2-digit number means it will be having ones place, tens place. It will be having ones place and tens place. So let's ones digit be x. Let ones digit be x. And tens digit be t. But what they have given, whose sum is 8. Means tens digit plus ones digit equal to 8 they have given. Then what about tens digit plus x will go that side. It will become 8 minus x. 8 minus x. Means if ones digit is x, then tens digit will be 8 minus x. Now what is the number? For framing the number, what we have to do? It is in tens place. So we have to multiply with 10. 10 into 8 minus x plus 1 into, in ones place we have x. In tens place we have 8 minus x. So it should be multiplied with 10. In ones place we have x. It should be multiplied with 1. Like this we have to multiply. 10 into 8 minus x plus 1 into x, x. Plus 1 into x, x. 10 into 8, 80. 10 into minus x, minus 10x. Plus x, same as it is. Plus minus 10x plus x, minus 9x. 80 minus 9x. So this is the number. This is the number. Next. One minute, children. One minute. Now, what they have told? Number obtained by reversing the digits. Previously, in tens place and in ones place. In ones place we have x. In tens place we have 8 minus x. If we interchange the numbers, tens place, ones place, tens place x, ones place, 8 minus x, ones place, 8 minus x. If we interchange the digits. So what will happen? So 10 into tens place we have x plus 1 into ones place we have 8 minus x. So what is the number? 10 into x, 10x plus 1 into 8, 8 minus 1 into x, x. So 10x minus x, 9x plus 8. 9x plus 8. Means by reversing the digits we are getting 9x plus 8. 9x plus 8. Okay. But what they have told? It is given that if 18 is added to the number, the digits are interchanged. Means for the given number, if 18 is added, the digits will get reversed, interchanged. So what we can take? Old number plus 18 equals to new number formed by reversing the digits. What is old number? 80 minus 9x. Old number 80 minus 9x. New number 9x plus 8. Means for old number, if we add 18, we will get the new number. So this is the equation based on the question. Based on the given question. Okay. So now 80 plus 18, 98 minus 9x. So equal to 9x plus 8. All x one side. All numbers one side. 8 will go that side. 98 minus 8. Minus 9x will come this side. 9x plus 9x. 98 minus 8, 90. 9 plus 9, 18x. So let's divide by 18, both sides. 18 by 18. 18, 18 cancel, x. 18 5 times, 90. 5. X equal to 5. X equal to 5. So, but we have to find the number, old number. What is the first number? 80 minus 9x. If we substitute in the place of x, if we substitute 5, 80 minus 9 into 5. 80 minus 45, 35. 35 is the required number. 35 is the required number. If we add 18 to it, it will become 53. Ones place 5 is there, it will come to tens place. Tens place 3 is there, it will go to units place. Okay. Now the solution also is verified. Okay, children. Next. 1 minute, children. Next. Next problem. So divide 34 into 2 parts in such a way that 4 by 7th of one part equal to 2 by 5th of other. 4 by 7th of one part equal to 2 by 7th of other. From 34, we are making 2 parts. Okay. Means if one part is x, the other part will be 34 minus x, because total we are dividing 34 into 2 parts. That's why both the parts are equal to 34. If one part is x, other part will be 34 minus x. Okay. That is one hint they have given. One more hint. 4 by 7th of one part, 2 by 5th of other part. That also they have given. 4 by 7th of one part is x. 2 by 5th of other part is 34 minus x. Like this, we will write in the form of an equation. Next, cross multiplication. 5 4 times, 20x. 7 2 times, 14 into 34 minus x. So, we can do cross multiplication. Or 7 5 LCM 35. We can multiply both sides on 35. Then also we will get the same. Next. So here let's multiply these two. 14 into 34, 14 minus x. 14 into 34, 14 into x, 14x. Now all x terms are one side. Minus 14x will come to this side. Plus 14x. This is 14 into 34. 14 into 34. 14 into 34. Next 20 plus 14. 34x equal to 14 into 34. Both sides divided by 34. 34 34 cancel. 34 34 cancel. X equal to 14. X equal to 14. So one part is 14. Other part is 34 minus 14 equals to 20. 34 minus 14 equals to 20. So one part is 14, other part is 20. Two parts are together 34. Two parts are together 34. Next children. The numerator of a fraction is 4 less than the denominator or than the denominator. Numerator of fraction is 4 less than the denominator. If 1 is added to both its numerator and denominator, it becomes 1 by 2. Total numerator by denominator, its value will become 1 by 2. Find the fraction. Find the fraction. So they are telling numerator is 4 times less than denominator. So let's take denominator as x. Denominator as x. Then what about numerator? 4 times less than denominator. Means x minus 4. Because x minus 4 is 4 times less than x, x minus 4. Now what is the fraction? Numerator x minus 4, denominator x. This is the given fraction. So, but if 1 is added to both numerator and denominator, it becomes half. Means for numerator x minus 4, if 1 is added, for denominator x, if 1 is added, this result will become 1 by 2, as they have told, 1 by 2. So next, minus 4 plus 1, x minus 3 by x plus 1 equal to 1 by 2. Cross multiplication. 2 into x minus 3, 1 into x plus 1. So 1 no need to mention. So direct x plus 1 also we can write. By cross multiplication, we have got this. Next with 2. 2 into x 2x, 2 into 3 6 equal to x plus 1. Means 2x minus 6 equal to x plus 1. X will go that side, minus x, minus 6 will come this side, plus 6. So x equal to 7. Okay. Now what is the original fraction? X minus 4 by x. So in the place of x we have to keep 7. 7 minus 4 by 7. 7 minus 4 how much? 3. 3 by 7. 3 by 7 is the given fraction. 3 by 7 is the given fraction. Next children. So observe the children, all these problems are practical problems. All these problems are real life problems. So all we are able to solve with the help of linear equations. One minute children. Next. So Saurabh has rupees 34 in the form of 50 pies and 25 pies coins. He is having total amount of 34 rupees, but in the form of 50 pies coins and 25 pies coins. If the number of 25 pies coins be twice the number of 50 pies coins, how many coins of each kind does he have? So number of 25 coins is twice the number of 50 pies coins. So last in the statement we have 50 pies coins in the last. So let us assume 50 pies coins as x. 50 pies coins as x. So whenever we are taking variables in the statement, so here 25 pies is compared with 50 pies. So 50 pies we have to take it as x. Then we will get the number of 25 pies coins. How are number of 25 pies coins? Twice that of 50 pies coins. Means if it is x, it will be 2x. Okay. Next, value of x 55 pies coins. We have taken number of coins of x as x. So what will be its value? X coins into value 50 pies or 50 into x pies. This is the value of 50 pies coins. Or in terms of rupees, if you want in terms of rupees, by 100 we have to divide 50 into x by 100. Then instead of pies we will write rupees, because 1 rupee equals to 100 pies. So for converting pies into rupees, we have to divide by 100. Okay. So 50 into x by 100 rupees. 51 is 50. 15 2 times 100. So x by 2. Here we are getting x by 2. This is number of 50 pies coins. In the same way, the value of 2x 25 pies coins, because 25 pies coins are 2x are in number. So their value is 25 into 2x. It is also same. 2 into 25, 50x. For converting it into rupees, we have to divide by 100 equal to x by 2. So total value of coins, 50 pies coins value also x by 2. 50 coins also equal to, 25 pice coins also equal to x by 2. Let's add both. X by 2 plus x by 2 means half plus half equal to 1. X by 2 plus x by 2 equal to x. But the total value equals to 34. Total value equals to 34. But according to us it is x. Means both are equal. X equal to 34. So number of 50 pice coins, we assumed it as x actually. So it is 34. Number of 50 pice coins are 34. Number of 25 coins we have taken as 2x. So 2 into 34, 68. So 50 pice coins are 34. 25 pice coins are 68. Like that we can find the answer. Next children. Next. So Arvind has piggy bank, small piggy bank for saving the money. It is full of 1 rupee and 50 pice coins. Full of 1 rupee coins, 50 pice coins. That is one. It contains 3 times as many 50 pice coins as 1 rupee coins. Means they have compared 50 pice coins with 1 rupee coins. With 1 rupee coins. So we can take, there be x 1 rupee coins. So we have to take 1 rupee coins as x for solving the problem. Then 50 pice coins will be 3 times as many 50 pice coins as 1 rupee coins. Means 50 pice coins are 3 times of 1 rupee coins. 3x we can write. 1 rupee coins is x means it will become 3x. One more children. Okay, next. The total amount of money in the bank is, it's rupees children, rupees 35. Total amount of money in the bank is 35 rupees. So how many coins of each kind will be in the bank? So here x 1 rupee coins are there. So value of x 1 rupee coins is here 1 into x, which is equal to x, rupees x. Value of x 1 rupee coins will be x rupees. Because if you have 10 1 rupee coins, then how much money you have? 10 into 1, 10 rupees. 10 rupees. In the same way, if you have x 1 rupee coin, 1 rupee coin, then total how many rupees you will be having? X into 1, x rupees. So value of x 1 rupee coins, x only. But value of 50 pice coins, 50 into 3x, we have to multiply. 50 into 3x. So 150x will come. Value of 50 pice coins, 150x pice. So for converting into rupees, what we will do? We will divide with 100. 150 by x. 150 by x rupees. From paisa, if we divide by 100, it will turn into rupees. So 53s are 52s are. Means rupees 3x by 2. Rupees 3x by 2 is the 50 pice coins value. X is the 1 rupee coins value. Okay. Now total value of all the coins. Total value of all the coins. One is x. Another one is 3x plus 2. X plus 3x plus 2. But total amount of money in the bank is given as rupees 35. Rupees 35. So what we will do? X plus 3x by 2 equal to 35 we will take. Let's multiply with 2. All terms, 2 into x, 2x. 2 into 3x by 2. 2 into x. plus 2 into 3x by 2 equals to 2 into 35. Let's multiply all the terms with 2. 2 into x, 2x, 2 to cancel, 3x, 2 into 35, 70. We have got. Or 5x equal to 70. On dividing by 5, x equal to 14. So x equal to 14 means, what is x? Number of 1 rupee coins, 14. Number of 50 paise coins, how much? Thrice. Thrice of x, 3x. Means 3 into 14. So 42. We can have 42. Okay, children. So one more 31 example is there. So later you try to understand the question. 31 solution we have given here. After that 32 question also is there. So solution we have given here, children. So try to go through the question and find the solution. So 31 and 32, practice them as a homework. 31, 32, practice them as a homework. Okay, children. That's all for today. Thank you for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for receiving latest updates. Thank you. Have a good day.